And welcome back to the Weekly Tech Round with me, Jay.
And me, Karl.
And it's episode 236, if I can read my notes correctly. I think it is.
Yes, it is 236.
236. No, it's not. It's later than that in the date. No. Oh, bad jokes ahoy! Bad jokes ahoy!
Ding ding.
Ding ding. Yes, I should have. We should have one of those as a sound effect bar, shouldn't we? A ding ding. Oh well, it is. We are, early February now. Can't believe it. It's a few days into the month. Where is this year going already? Just flying along, isn't it?
It's been a roller coaster.
It is, and oh god, the stock market's taking a punishing abuse, isn't it? The tech stocks.
God,
I was looking earlier at some of our holdings, and oh my god!
Have we?
Well, our particular holding, yes, is dropped quite considerably, hasn't it, in a few weeks? Though Nvidia back up to 4.4 trillion as of we record.
Right,
Apple at 4.1, Microsoft a paltry 2.9, Amazon a paltry 2.1, and Google at 3.9 trillion. I mean,
yeah. Just to have 1% of the value of any of those companies would be lovely.
It would be lovely, wouldn't it? Absolutely lovely. But it's not happening anytime soon. So what have we got this week then? Well, we're going to talk Apple and their large acquisition. I think it's their second largest acquisition, isn't it?
It is, yes.
$2 billion of xAI. Yes. A very peculiar company, which we'll talk about more of in just a second. Then we're going to swap to Apple also making some changes in their Mac configurator, which points to potentially some new chipsets coming. Now, what we mean chipsets, we don't mean the new M5, but the new packaging of those chips, isn't it, around TSMC? Yes. We've got SpaceX is looking to IPO very soon, but before they do that, they have acquired xAI. Yes.
Got some thoughts on that one.
Yeah, more on that in just a minute. Then the Steam Machine. Well, we've been looking at that as well, and obviously there was no prices yet, but now it looks like the Steam Machine is going to be held back a little bit longer than its initial release date due to some of the pricing issues with the components.
AI,
yeah. And in the rumor mill, we've got a little rumor for you later after all of the other stories. So come on then, let's kick off the first story of the week then, which is Apple acquiring this Q.ai startup.
Yes, this is an Israeli AI startup, isn't it? So
yeah, I've looked at the website.
$1 billion. Sorry,
have you looked at their website?
I have. There's not a lot on it, is there? It's a very minimalist website. Which Apple likes minimalist. Doesn't say a lot, does it? I mean, what's their website actually? It says, "In a world full of noise, we craft a new kind of quiet. Magic realized." That's all it says basically.
And at the bottom it says Apple privacy notice. So Apple are already stamped there.
They're already all over that one. But this is an Israeli AI startup started in 2022. It's hard to know what they do. Doing a bit of digging on patent filings. Apparently they built a machine learning tech for audio and silent voice input, including systems designed to understand and improve communication in noisy or difficult environments. They've also researched tech that interprets microfacial movements, expressions to communicate without making audible sound. So my kind of read of that is the fact that if you were to speak like you would, but just don't actually say it, it can work out what you were saying. So your mouth moves, the face muscles move when you speak words. But if you didn't actually speak and you were just mouthed it, it could actually understand you.
I have to say, I kind of thought about this a bit more. It's like that's quite an intriguing thing because let's be honest, a lot of time I like to dictate to one of my AI tools, which is a speech kind of capture thing. Yeah. But I do that from the privacy of my own office, sat here right now, and I will talk to it because there's nobody else around. I feel a bit of a tool if I was sat in my kitchen or whatever, talking to the AI. And apart from asking Shush, can't be mentioned, to set a timer for baking bread or get the kids off their iPad.
20-minute timer for the chips.
Yeah, or kids off their iPad. There's not really much else. So, but I think you're right. Right. If I could have one of these things that it could see me, like say I'm in the car or I'm, on the train, I can just mouth the words, so to speak.
Or even in the office.
Yeah, exactly.
You could just dictate without actually saying it out loud, and it picked up what you were saying. Would be quite cool because
that would be quite cool, wouldn't it?
I always thought when I worked in the office, I thought about using Dragon naturally dictating, which is very good. But I'm like, I'm going to sound like a right idiot just talking away in the middle of the office. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Well, many, many moons ago, I worked in higher education, and we had a project where we rolled out Dragon Naturally Speaking to loads of the kind of teachers, lecturers, faculty, whatever you want to call it, staff, and they give them a headset as well. And I just, I at the time, this is what 20 years ago maybe,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't get it myself. I was just like, I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? It wasn't quite as smart as the AI is now.
No.
But yeah, even then, I couldn't have sat in an office and talk open plan office and talked away.
Talked out loud. Yeah. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
yeah, this is what they apparently do, but it's still hard to tell. But Apple have paid $2 billion, and as you mentioned, this is their second largest acquisition behind Beats. They paid about $3 billion for. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Now the CEO Javier Mazels, he's already sold one company to Apple. I can't remember what he did. It was a company called PrimeSense back in 2013. Apple bought him £345 million. So he's got some history with Apple.
That's obviously I mean, a lot of these founders do, don't they? They're repetitive. They create a company, they sell it off. They create another company, they sell it off. It's they're happy to do that. But I guess he was a known
quantity.
entity.
Yeah, they also like what they saw.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, well done to the guy, because clearly he's made a lot of money this time.
$2 billion is quite a bit more than 345 million.
Yeah, so he'll have obviously they've got a lot of backers there, haven't they? I'm sure there'll be pro equity there, but he'll be walking away with quite a lot of money. I'm absolutely sure.
He'll do all right.
But this is definitely going to be mapped in, isn't it, to their other AI capabilities? So, the wearables, the potential pin thing we talked about last week. These kind of things could be powered, couldn't they, by this kind of tech? Yeah.
What I did hear before we came online, though, is that, so do you remember Apple did an announcement? Was it an announcement? I can't remember if it was at the iPhone event or WWDC, but there was talk of having an AI health assistant, a bit like a doctor, yeah?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently I've just heard that's been canned.
Oh.
According to Mark Gurman, it's been canned.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe there were too many potential legal issues going on there.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. Apple and AI aren't doing so well at the moment.
Oh no. So it's a difficult one, isn't it, in that sense,
It is. Yeah, well, talking about that, is some kind of good news potentially for Apple, potentially for users who want a bit more flexibility. Yeah, so as I mentioned, Apple kind of updated their Mac configurator last week, I think it was at some point.
I think it was, yeah, it was towards the end of last week, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, not really news, but Apple have traditionally just said, right, you want to buy a Mac, these are the set configurations, you choose a base configuration, and then you can tweak it slightly. But now you don't even start by choosing a base configuration, do you? You just say, right, do I want 13 or 16-inch, say MacBook Pro, and then what CPU and what RAM. It's all very granular now rather than out-of-the-box templates.
That's right.
But as we're saying, we're pretty sure that the MacBook Pros with the M5 Pro and Max chips will be out soon. But the report is saying, due to this new system on chip, they're going to be using technology for the M5. I think it's called SoIC MH. But this is basically separating out the CPU and GPUs into their own tiles, much like AMD and now Intel does. So rather than one monolithic package, they're splitting them out with this new technology. I'm going to presume you're not losing any of the bandwidth because of this.
No, I suspect not, no.
But this does then give potentially Apple the ability to say, or not have to tie the GPU and CPU into pre-done packages. So I want X number of cores. Do I want the 10 or the 12 or the 14 core CPU? And then maybe I just want the 10 core CPU, but I want the top of the range GPU. I don't have to have the top of the range CPU to have that.
Which you might want to do that, because if you're doing some kind of roles, you don't necessarily always need the CPU grunt, but as you say, you want more GPU cores, more capability in that sense.
That ability to mix it up and tailor it a bit more to your use case.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think I would probably go, well, just give me the 10 core CPU. I don't need more of that, but max up that GPU for me.
Yeah, no, I'd probably be the same if I'm honest with you. Yeah, I'd want to get more CPU. On the moment for me, I'd want more CPU than I want GPU. But yeah, if I think about doing AI projects, yeah, definitely. If I was got one of those Mac Minis, I'd want to power up the CPU and go that way. Sorry, GPU. I mean.
So yeah, I mean, there was rumours it was going to be January, wasn't it, for the new MacBooks? But obviously we're February now, so that hasn't happened. but maybe we'll see something this month. Be interested to see what options we actually get.
I think so. I think you're right. This is definitely aimed around potentially around the packaging, isn't it? And that what do we call it? The Sol CMH. I can't remember now what it was. It's
I can
got a
was
long acronym, isn't it?
Is it IC or LC? I wasn't entirely sure there. MH.
System on integrated chips molding horizontal. I mean, that rolls off the tongue.
Oh,
Doesn't
okay.
it?
So it is an I and not an L in their abbreviation.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Look, so we know the M5 chips are coming very soon. The Pro and the Max chips, I should say, we know they're coming soon. So, you know, I don't know. Are we going to see something different? I just logged into the Apple website on the UK one. I'm not seeing any differences there at the moment. So
no
no
announcements yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold fire.
I'm sure next couple of weeks, and we've got another tidbit in the rumors, haven't we, about something that should be launched in the next few weeks as well. So maybe it will all come together.
I think it will do, and I think we'll probably see it. March is likely, if Apple stick to their usual schedule, then March is likely to be when we'll see it at some point there. But I think whilst it sounds reasonably boring, a configurator update change, actually it could point to something slightly larger within that Mac ecosystem, couldn't it? Around what's going on under the hood. All right, so then, have you heard about the SpaceX?
So this is SpaceX, Elon's right company.
Yeah. Have you heard about their?
Yes.
So have you? They're looking to IPO, don't you?
Yes, I'd heard for over $1 trillion or something, wasn't he? Wants to
going
IPO
going to be the most expensive private company, or the most valuable private company in mind. But before they get there, they've done a bit of acquisition, haven't they? Before we even get there.
Yes, that let's let the rockets buy the AI. Did you read the statement for this?
I did.
I'm going to read it because it's. I mean, there's so much crap in there. It's unbelievable. I mean, so it says SpaceX has acquired xAI to form the most ambitious, vertically integrated innovation engine on and off Earth, with AI, rockets, space-based internet, direct-to-mobile device communication, and the world's foremost real-time information and free speech platform. This marks not just the next chapter, but the next book in SpaceX and xAI's mission. This is the best part. Scaling to make a sentient sun to understand the universe and extend the light of consciousness to the stars. I'm sorry, what?
I mean, I would say, what's he been smoking? But you just have to look that up in the news.
You were kind of making sense to that last sentence, and then it just went completely out the window. You were doing so well. Making a sentient sun to understand the universe, extend the light of consciousness to the stars.
Well,
we're making
I think
now.
The reality is, unsurprisingly, somewhat different to what Musk is spending there, isn't it?
Of course.
And this turns out that actually the bigger problem here is that xAI is basically burning cash like people burn wood in a fire.
Yes.
And according to analysts and according to a report on Yahoo Finance, they are burning through $1 billion a month.
Yeah, I'm wondering actually, did they use Grok to write that?
Well, yes. If you weren't thinking, this is the company that created Grok. That lovely AI tool that tells you all the great things and creates fantastic images of. Oh, hang on a minute. No, not that one.
No, definitely not fantastic images.
No, not that one. This is one that has been churning out CSAM and images without consent.
Inappropriate images. Yeah.
Highly inappropriate, and in many cases illegal images as well. So yes, this is xAI. And according to, let's say, these reports, they reckon they've got around $4 billion left as of next month, and they've got looking to take on another close to $5 billion in equity, with another $6 billion next year. So that's coming from people like Morgan Stanley to fill the infrastructure build out, and this is proving the point about some of these AI startups. They're just absolutely burning cash. Now, just to give comparativeness on this, OpenAI are looking to make nearly close to $13 billion in funding. I'll rephrase that. So monetization. I'll rephrase that. So OpenAI are looking to put about 12 and nearly close to 13 billion in monetization this year. xAI could be 500 million. It's just not there. So what have they got here? Well, we've got SpaceX, which is highly profitable.
Yes.
Massive cash reserves. and as we know, he's going to IPO with a very, very positive IPO if things go well. Are they going to plug the hole? The worry here is, could this drag down SpaceX's balance sheet? I think it could. This could seriously damage SpaceX.
Yeah, I am in no doubt this will drag it down. But can Elon get over himself at some point and go, you know what, I just need to cut xAI and Twitter out and let SpaceX do its thing? I don't think he can. I don't think he'll ever get to that point and he'll drag the whole thing down. I mean,
the thing is, well,
I mean, did you see the other part of it? Okay. So when they say that the merger aims to leverage SpaceX's launch and satellite expertise to deploy up to 1 million orbital data centers to power xAI's operation. This is a terrible idea.
It is a terrible idea because you're in a vacuum of space. Where does heat go?
I was looking at this. I'd written some notes about this, and I was like, okay, so data centers generate a ton of heat, don't they? Can't use traditional cooling. Conduction and convection don't work in a vacuum. That just leaves you thermal radiation to dissipate heat. Okay, so you need gigantic radiators, much larger than the data center itself, to stand any chance of cooling this one. And of course, they have to be pointing away from the sun at all times. Otherwise, they work as a heat sink and blow up your data center.
So
sure, and that's not even getting into the whole space junk and overcrowding perspective.
I mean, for somebody who does a lot of research on low Earth orbit, I have to say my eyes rolled when I read about the million data. There was something I saw recently, and I can't remember who to attribute it to, but I think it was something to do with Amazon. Or the report was something to do come from Amazon. It may be correct, but basically was shooting it down, saying that this idea is ludicrous. To your point, you can't run data centers in space with current technology.
Because if you look at current satellites, even like SpaceX's what's it called? Sorry, what's their satellite net ones?
Which one? Sorry,
SpaceX. Starlink. That's the one I know. They are not powerful devices.
No,
they're
quite
low
small.
power chips because cooling is a problem.
Yeah, a SpaceX satellite is what the size of it's about. I think about half the size of a washing machine. They're not massive. No. But you're right. They have low processing computing power on there, and they do a lot of their work is around inter orbital links that they bounce lasers between stuff. So they're not generating masses of heat. And you're right. But if to go by SpaceX's or Musk's, let's put them all in space. Yeah, I mean. That's child. I mean, he's not stupid. Let's be honest. He's not an idiot. But that's childlike physics of space is cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's minus 270 C. Sure.
What do they
call
cold
on Earth? No problem.
Absolute zero, isn't it? In a vacuum.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not quite as you said, as you clearly pointed out. It's not quite how that works. Which
not going to be an easy task. And the size of these panels, they'll be like 20 times the size of the data center.
Well, that's it. And you think about when they get into the the sun, that generates a massive amount of heat.
Yeah, so they basically, one side has to be shielded, the part facing the sun, and then obviously the side away from the sun has to have the radiators on. And and if the sun hits those radiators, it will just get ridiculously hot.
Just bonkers.
So if one of your thrusters fails and doesn't keep it pointing away, you're in trouble.
And the thing is, a lot of people will be looking at that going, wow, and buying into it because not really understanding the science behind it, which is understandable, but it just is crazy. Absolutely
just pie in the sky thinking. But he suspects that this will ultimately fund and enable self-sustaining bases on the moon and Mars, supporting his long-term Mars colonization mission. Sure.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
I do sit here and wonder how SpaceX is so successful with Elon at the reins.
Because
And then I remember reading there's a whole team that basically keeps Elon busy and away from the actual important stuff.
Yeah, and who is the CEO of there's another COO, I can't think of her name. I'm trying to think of it. So it's not Elon Musk. Gwynne Shotwell. Gwynne Shotwell is the president and COO of SpaceX, and she basically runs it. She's the one who runs SpaceX. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're right. Yeah, Elon Musk certainly probably pulls the strings, but day to day, it's her operation.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the Falcon launches, generated billions of dollars in revenue. Because SpaceX have completely utterly rewritten the rulebook on reusable launches. They're doing the kind of stuff that the shuttle was designed to do. When they launched a shuttle back in designed it in the 60s, and it was launched obviously in the early 80s. The whole thing for the shuttle was that it would be reusable, and basically the turnaround would be like Falcon rockets. That's how they planned it. But the reality was that you've got the most complex machine ever made. All of a sudden, it's quite difficult to refurbish. Whereas
we designed a flying brick, or not so flying brick,
but flying brick with 1 million parts. But you've got Falcon rockets that are landing 2 at a time on a barge in the middle of the sea. It's like, oh my god,
considerably choppy weather.
But they're dropping them down like it's and it's become so commoditized now that people are not even impressed. You're not impressed. Well, I say you're not impressed by it, but you're not like, oh wait, it's like wow. But
still makes me smile every time I see it. But
god, yeah. And as much as I hate to say it, the stuff they're doing with the Starship, but catching a rocket on the launch pad as well is like, oh my god, But they're doing a very good thing there, and that's what they're doing. But SpaceX, I feel, could get derailed here by what's going on with Elon. Let's hope that the leadership around him, as you say, does a better job of letting him do the talking, and they can keep on doing the real work.
I wish someone would stop him from talking.
Well, we won't get into some of the things.
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
So, steam
machines. Yes. Well, we were expecting probably by now some kind of vague date and a price.
Early 26, wasn't it, that we were told?
As they said, but looks like we won't be getting the announcement or the steam machine or the steam frame or even the controller anytime soon.
Cue the crying.
I know. It said early 2026. It's now the first half of 2026. But you guessed it, AI has striked again. So on their blog, they said that the memory and storage shortages you've likely heard about across the industry have rapidly increased since then. Limited availability and growing prices of these critical components, aka RAM and SSDs, means you must revisit our exact shipping schedule and pricing, especially around the steam machine and steam frame. Because don't they have 16 gig of RAM in them, don't they? Or combined RAM / VRAM. We kind of suspected this was coming, didn't we?
I think,
we kind of said this was going to happen. Valve had just the worst luck with their announcement timing. And RAM and SD pricing crapped the bed shortly after they announced.
We'll beat that out.
yes. Apologies. That's what it did. It's gone out the window, hasn't it?
It has, and as you say, it's not a massive surprise. We knew that we kind of saw this was down the line, didn't we? And I suspect Valve probably considered it as well. But was it? Do we not launch or do we not announce it? I guess or do we go forward?
This is the problem, and they're not the only ones. Okay, Nvidia, it's of your own making, but we were expecting the supers, weren't we? The 50 series supers. I've now heard that there will be no new product launch for Nvidia this year, and the 60 launch, which was meant to happen next year, will now be happening maybe in 2028.
Wow, I mean, that's good in one respect because we can all. I
was just sitting there thinking, maybe I just won't get a super, and I'll just wait another year till 2027 and buy a 60 series, but that's out the window as well. Thank you, AI. I mean, I'm just going to stick with my 30 series at this rate.
I was going to say exactly the point. Same here. I'm going to plow on with the 3070 Ti. It's the only thing we can do, isn't it?
Well, there's a guy at our work that somehow acquires or comes by large quantities of these. Yes, he's got another one. He's trying to get rid of a 5080 now, isn't he? And he's after $1,000. And I did a conversion. I went, it's not actually a bad price. I'm in the US next week. Is there some way he can ship that to my hotel and I will shove it in my suitcase?
Yeah, that's quite funny. That's yeah. I did wonder that when you when I thought that if you'd.
If I'd been anywhere near HQ, I would have gone, sure, meet me there. I'll hand over some money and I'll put it in my suitcase. But I'm too far away from HQ. It involves shipping and all sorts. So I'm like, you know what? No, it's too much hassle.
Yeah, it's a good bet, but yeah, one that's not going to be carried
But
away.
I did think about it. I was like, interesting, maybe. If you had 90 series, I would have been very tempted at a decent price.
Oh dear, we can only
Especially
dream,
since the
my
dollar's
friend.
doing so poorly at the moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm over in the US in March. I mean, but I don't know if I can afford to pick one up or get it in my
Yeah.
my suitcase, you know. But yeah, so is this going to hold back their launches of their other products? Then I wonder, like the Steam Frame.
Well, yeah, they have said it's the delay to the machine, the controller, and the frame.
Oh, the frame. Sorry, I heard the controller, but sorry, I misheard the frame. But
yeah, it's controller, not so much. I imagine. I think there's no point releasing a controller without a machine, is what I suspect the thing is there. But yeah, the frame and the machine definitely need SSDs and RAM in them. So yeah, who knows when we're going to see it and what? No idea on the price. I bet both are going to be over $1,000 now. Easy.
Oh man, I mean, do you know has it been 10 years since the original Steam controller? Do you know that?
Might well have been. Might even more than that.
Yeah, I saw it today, and I can see mine. It's still sat underneath my gaming PC under the monitor rig. Doesn't get used anymore. I mean, it was great. It was too ahead of its time.
Yeah, I mean, I nearly bought some of those so many times. I didn't in the end. First generation came out. When was that? 2015.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Look, I mean, the frame would be. I mean, I'd love to be able to update and get myself, a new.
The frame is what I'm after. It will be my next VR headset. I know someone who wants to buy the Steam machine. A friend.
Yep.
So he's very interested. He doesn't game very much, but he's been very interested by the Steam machine. So yeah, we'll see how that goes when it's eventually out.
It would be good. I'd like to see it. I think it'll be a good machine. I think if you're doing pure games, I think let's see, it's the right way to do it. But
definitely.
For us, the Steam frame is what we're definitely looking for, isn't it?
Yes.
It could be our way forward in terms of better VR.
A Steam frame Lite. It doesn't have the CPU, the GPU in it, and it's just a pure PC headset.
And let my NVIDIA card do the grunt. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm up for that one. I'd buy a Steam frame Lite.
I'm not bad. Let's go for that. Yeah.
Of course, it would still need a little bit of storage, a little bit of RAM to host the whatever the make it run, but nowhere near as much.
No. Hey, drop Gabe an email after the show.
I will give him a call after this.
Excellent. Please do. Let's get him
on his yacht.
On his yacht, yeah, that he's sailing around the world in. Okay, then. All right. Well, it's probably there for us to bring in what we've got in the room mill this week. Then, so it's a rumor, but I think it's a bit of a
it's a rumor stroke. I think the rumor is when it's coming, not that it's coming. This is the iPhone 17e. So when did the 16e launch? I'm pretty sure it was February.
Was it February or March, wasn't it, last year? Yeah, around this time.
Yeah, it was around this time last year. So the report is, I'll take this with a pinch of salt, the 17e is going to be launching on February the 19th, which is a Thursday, which is very un-Apple-like. Hence, to take a pinch of salt, it's usually a Tuesday or a Monday, not a Thursday. But look, what we think is more concrete are the specs. So yes, you're getting the A19 chip. Of course, you're getting the C1X modem now. Apple's just not doing anything without their modems now. You'll get their own N1 network chip. I didn't realise the 16e didn't have MagSafe support. So you're getting MagSafe support in the 17e, apparently.
Funny enough, I came across that. I think the way around it, people were buying cases with MagSafe on to try and do that.
Yeah, so I didn't realise that, but apparently, you'll be getting that one, but it still looks like it's going to be the same design, so you're going to be with the notch and the single camera design on the back. But yeah, look, it's an incremental update. I'm sure it'll be very reasonably priced. It will probably sell like hotcakes to businesses. But yeah, so we're expecting that, plus obviously some new MacBooks at some point in the next month or so.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if that comes out. It would be good to know.
Yeah.
So the CX modem in that one as well, which we obviously haven't got because we are on older machines. Yes. So I would like to see
the latest one, isn't it? That's the one that's double as fast as the C1.
That's right. I'd like to see that in there. Supposedly the 5G on that's very good, plus and also the Wi-Fi. There was a thing, wasn't there, obviously, where Apple oh, what was it? I think we talked about this before, wasn't it? That Apple have done something with the modems where they've increased the Wi-Fi speed through software, haven't they? Without the need for the different Wi-Fi 6 or 7 technology. I can't remember how they did it.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I think there was a push. There was a push out.
Firmware update.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. I think it was. When was it? I think it was early in January. Let me kind of see if I can find. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, there was a secret Wi-Fi boost, according to or so one of the times was, that was hidden within iOS 26.2 and Tahoe 26.2, and apparently it was to do with any of the Macs and iPads that had Wi-Fi 6 enabled. They increased the channel bandwidth.
Okay, to support the.
Yeah, so I wonder whether or not that's.
It, but the firmware hadn't yet.
Yeah, so I wonder whether or not that's the questioning and what you're going to get with these devices.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see there.
I don't know what phone I've got now. I lose track of the numbers. When can I start naming it after years? Because I've lost it. Well, I'm on now. Am I on a 16?
Yeah, we're on 16s. We got 16 Pros, mate. We're on 16 Pros.
I couldn't remember if it was 16 or 17.
We were on a skip year last year.
Where we are, but even on that, if I'm in the office with the Unify U7 Pro access point, I can hit over a gig on Wi-Fi.
I know. I haven't got. I've still got my HD. What do they call it?
Big Nano. Difference from the you got the Wi-Fi 5 ones, haven't you?
Yeah, because I've got I've in the one that looks like the Coke cans in my office. That's what I've got.
Yes, because they haven't done those for Wi-Fi 7 yet. They did it for Wi-Fi 6 with the 6 mesh. I've got a pair of those in the house. But I was looking the other day to just bite the bullet and get the U7 wall mount ones, because there was a big difference in performance jumping from the 5 to the 7.
I'm curious about the mesh technology, and that kind of is good to talk about. But I've got using the house Unify, and I've got in my kitchen at the far corner of my house, which is like, I don't know, 30 feet from the Wi-Fi access point, but it's on the other side of a wall, and a large piece of furniture is in the way.
Yeah,
and it keeps dropping connection. So that is what the HomePod is. Sorry, I want to talk about. It keeps dropping connection with the Wi-Fi, and I keep thinking
the Wi-Fi got to be that. The Wi-Fi 5s, especially in the Flex HD, had very terrible 2.4 gigahertz range performance, which is apparently fixed in the 6 mesh and the 6th gen ones and the 7th gen ones. But yeah, that was a particular issue with the 5th gen ones.
Yeah, I maybe it might be that I need to upgrade the one in the house to Wi-Fi.
Just 6. Wait, if I go and buy the U7s, I've got a pair of 6s to go. And they're the Coke can ones, so I will ship them down your way.
Oh, excellent. Look at that. I like it. Deal's been done live on air.
It's going to be, because I need to buy a whole new switch, don't I, for the living room, because the 7s take 2.5 or 10 gig connections from the Wi-Fi access point.
Okay, well, I've already got that.
Yeah, and I need to do that as the upgrade for the internet when it's eventually available in our area, the faster internet.
Oh, good. Well, we'll keep you updated on that little thing going forward, but a little bit of tangent there. Well, bit of a shorter show this week. A little bit quiet on the Western Front from the news perspective. Next week we will be off air next week because but we're both on business travel, aren't we, next week? So it's
we're going to meet at Heathrow Monday morning and go opposite ends of the world.
We are literally going to be doing that. But we'll be back with the next show the week of the 20th, Friday the 20th of February. We'll get the next show out into the wild for you on that point. So we'll see you guys in just under 2 weeks' time. But of course, you can find all of our show notes at techrun.online. And of course, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, including YouTube as well. So please give us a review. Let us know. All helps. So with that, I've been Jay.
I've been Karl. Have a good one all.